Hello, Bob.
Hello everybody, hello YMCA Digital, how you doing people? Bob here.
So you're the frontman in Magnum?
Yes, I've been singing with Magnum for a long time.
Yeah.
Me and Tony started back in the day, mid-70s, so we've been going about 40 years now.
Okay, so I mean, how? Like, what's the magic? What's the secret? How have you been going for?
Because I like the songs he writes.
Yeah.
I'm a singer. I've sang in a few bands before I met Tony. We started out working together in a nightclub called the Rum Run in Birmingham in the mid-70s, and we got the sack, and we went on from there to doing his songs. Because we asked why we got the sack. We're supposed to do like the top 20 crap, dance to one of them resident bands. And Tony said, I've got some songs, come on, sort this lot, and let's do some original stuff. And I said, yeah, let's do it. And we started playing that stuff, and the people who employed us didn't like it, because people were going, oh, we don't know this one, can't dance to this one, you know. So we got the sack. Not surprisingly, so we thought, well, we better make a living here. We've lost our income because we used to get paid regularly.
Yeah.
So all that's gone out the window, you know, the retainer. So we thought, all right, let's carry on. Since we was getting on well all together, the band was going good. So we started doing residencies around the Birmingham area and gigs up and down the country, you know, van and cars and travelling rough, you know. Coming home every night, no hotel or something like now, you know. And because I love singing his songs, he was happy with me singing them. We got on great. He's found a singer for his music. I found music for my voice to express myself. And we've carried on all these years, and we've just kept going. We've done support tours with a lot of bands over the years, Judas Priest and White Snake. Blue Oyster Cult, Ozzy Osbourne in America. We've done our own tours, headline tours since then, all through the 80s. We've had lots of albums. This is our 19th album. So we must like each other. We must be suited, it must be destined that we do this for the rest of our lives. You know, we're getting on a bit now, but it all seems to be working still.
So you mentioned that you're on is the 19th album you said that you're on now. So and it got in the top 40. Congratulations on that. It got in the top 40 album charts.
That's right. Thank you.
Do you think you've got such a kind of, you know, hardcore kind of fan base that people follow, or do you think, you know, maybe new listeners are coming in? Well, what is it, do you think, that keeps you in the top 40, you know?
Okay. Yes, no, we have a hardcore, I can't say hardcore fan base. We have had for a long time now, since the mid-80s. Since on Storyteller's Night, one of the top 40, the same thing. And Wings of Heaven actually was number 2 in the album charts when that came out in 1988. That went to number 2, just missed the number 1 spot. How good's that? Forget the blow the top 40, how about number 2? You know? Let's talk about that. But we've had top 10, top 20, top 30, top 40 albums all the way through, you know. Nothing lower than top 40, nothing lower than that, which is pretty cool, I think.
Yeah.
And hardcore fan base, they love the music. They come and see us all the time. When we tour, they book the holidays, they follow us around. They do their own tours of our tour, you know, our gigs. And they've supported us over the years. But they bring the friends along. So we do attract new people through the old fans bring new people along, and they become new fans. We have 3 generations of families come to see us. You know, the granddads, the sons, and their sons. You know, their grandsons. Same as myself and Tony have, you know. It's a generational thing with Magnum. It seems to, the longer we go, the more generations come to see us. It's a lovely feeling. And yes, anybody's welcome to see Magnum, you know. We don't swear on stage, it's like quite a family atmosphere, you know.
Yeah.
Bring the kids along, no problem. We get all kinds of people coming. When we first started out, it was like in the 70s, I'll say. And it was like the status quo, denim and leather brigade, kind of Saxon, Magnum.
Yeah.
And it was very pigeonholed. But now it's like a lot of ladies come and see us, and a lot of different people come and see us, not just the hardcore heavy metal fans, you know. And the longer we go, the more that happens, and we're getting more global. And we're spreading our wings around, you know. It seems to be working really well. We both still love doing it, and I can't think of anything nicer to be doing at my time of life. It's fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah. So how's the tour going at the moment? Because obviously, I say you're touring the new album, which was released early this year.
Yeah, it came out February. Yes. We've been on tour all through April in Sweden and Germany and other countries as well. And now we're back in the UK for 3 weeks. We're into the second week of the 3 weeks in the UK. Going great. The crowds are louder, more receptive, and more responsive than ever. Especially for the new songs. The album's been out long enough for people to assimilate the new stuff. Oh, what's this?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, don't
the
know.
New material that no one knows.
Yeah. So that's what we do it this way around. And the songs are going down great, and we do older songs as well, and some really old songs that the really old timers who've been coming to see us for years, they're as old as we are, you know. And we got a song in there called Crazy Old Mothers, which is especially for them, you know, call you crazy old mothers, you know, let's you know, get young again and, you know, jump up and down, and it's great, you know. You know, so we get a good mixture of age, old and new, old and young, excuse me. And it's just really nice that we have such a lovely crowd and following, and new people come all the time. We're expanding all the time, different countries. Each time we go out on tour, we do another couple of shows that we've never been to in different places, different countries. So it's an ongoing, it's a process, you know, it just keeps evolving, and it's the best lineup we've ever had. We've had a couple of lineup changes over the years. We've got Harry James from Thunder on drums now, and he's with on Thunder and Magnum. And Al Barrow has been with us a long time. Mark Stanway still on the keyboards, playing great. Me and Tony's still there, rocking away, you know, the old timers. You can't beat it, you know. It's the best thing in the world. It's you wake up in the morning and go, I'm so lucky to be doing this. Fantastic. I am truly blessed. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's wonderful to hear. Okay, so what kind of stuff, like obviously you've got, you know, all the stuff you did back in the 70s, like you say, really kind of old time, you know, kind of fan stuff, and then you've got 80s, which is a lot more kind of, you know, that was getting in kind of the top 40 regularly. And then, you know, it's kind of, how has it evolved in your eyes? Has it evolved? What have you done to make it evolve?
Well, yeah, I mean, when we started out, we were quite a bit self-indulgent, but quite prog rocky, you know. But then we carried, we nearly broke up about 1984. It wasn't going very well, and the record label was kind of losing interest, and it was just going round in circles. And Tony thought, well, no, this is no good. We're gonna cease to exist if we're not careful. So he started changing his style of writing songs, making it more commercial, more acceptable to more people, not just the same old people all the time, you know. And so, and a bit like self-indulgent it was a little bit, I think. And he knew that we had to escape from that if we were going to survive. And so we evolved into, like, On a Sawtell's Night album came out, and it was like, you can dance to some of these songs, you know. Ooh, no, you can't dance to prog rock. It's, you know, sit there and listen, and it's prog rock, and it's very serious crap, right? And excuse me. And but what? No, we're not having this. Come on, we want to do this forever. So we made ourselves more available, and you can have a little dance. You can bang your head, whatever. Listen, it's got a bit of a more of a mixture, more of a blend of musical styles, but all in the rock style, basically. Ballads, faster ones, slower ones, heavier ones, lighter ones, and we kept doing that. And the Vigilante, Wings of Heaven, Good Night LA, which was recorded in America, which had a kind of American feel to pulling America to us, you know. And you've got to do some things like to attract people. They're not, you know, they're not going to fall over at your feet. You have to make them want to listen to your music, you know, make it more appealing. So we've evolved through the years, and now, we got our albums now are quite a bit heavier, not proggy, not just heavy rock, the arrangements are made that way, and the production. What's in that tea? The production is great. Tony's really evolved into a brilliant record producer, as far as I'm concerned, and he knows exactly what the band should be sounding like. We used a lot of big name producers in the years gone by, believe me. But now Tony does it because it's like, why try and explain to somebody what you need? And they you get back their version of what you should sound like.
That makes sense.
Not what you should sound like. So we're better off with Tony now, believe me. It was cost a fortune. Oh, the money we used to spend on these bloody people. Telling you, quite well known people. I won't mention their names. And so that's what's happened. So we do it all in house now. We had a manager who did us good, got us to in the 80s. He got us to the NEC circuit and the Wembley Arena, and wow, look, we was on top of the pops, and and we had people coming to see us who would never heard of us, but they saw us on top of the pops, and they come and saw us. So that manager did us good, but he kind of went away, and so that's another story. It'll be in the book, believe me. And we manage ourselves now, and we've got a great team behind us, and it's going really good, thank you. And long way we carry on. And Tony's getting heavier and with his production, but his songwriting is brilliant. The lyrics, I love his words. The lyrics can appeal to, anybody can relate to his words. When we're on stage and I'm singing his words, and I look at people's faces and they're going, yeah, you're talking about me, aren't you? Everyday stuff, relationship stuff in the world around us stuff, everyday stuff, normal stuff. It's like, people think we're a fantasy band, but that's because of the way the music comes across. But the lyrics are so down to earth, and they get mistaken for fantasy things. It's not Lord of the Rings, it really isn't. We have great artwork that gives it we've had albums on a Storytellers, which is a bit Lord of the Rings type. Rodney Matthews is the album artist is, and that's his style, But Tony's lyrics are very, very down to earth. We have a song called How Far Jerusalem. They go, whoa, what's that? How far Jerusalem? No, it's not going to Jerusalem. It's not the Crusaders. It's not that. But it's like How Far Jerusalem. It's like young kids leaving not getting on at home with the parents, and slamming the door and going out to London to live to seek fortune, but they end up sleeping rough on the streets. The streets are not paved with gold. Nobody cares about you. You're better off at home, believe me. So that's the sentiment of that song, How Far Jerusalem. Stuff like that, very down to earth, but like a fantasy title, So that's just poetic stuff that only comes across us. I'm just talking rubbish now, aren't I?
No, it's fantastic.
I just keep talking,
It's wonderful.
Okay.
And finally, so obviously, you just released an album and you're still on the tour, so let's, get that done with first.
Yes.
What's next? Are you in the writing process already? And
yes. Well, Tony never stops. We have to stop now because we're on tour. But up until we started rehearsing, and in between the album coming out and we started rehearsing for the tour, he was in his garden studio, just knocking out melodies, trying stuff out on various guitars. He's got, computer drums and basses and keyboard. And when we get back from this tour, he will carry on with that process. And then he'll put it all onto disc, download it, and bring it to the studio. That's where I come in. And he goes, right, I've got some ideas, and let's sift through them, and go through them. And I mean, he'll drop a lot of it before he even comes in, because what he thinks is great 1 month isn't so great 3 months later. And this goes on all through the creative process. So it's ongoing with Tony. He's always playing his guitar and coming up with ideas for songs. I come in and he writes me some words, and I sing and about half a dozen songs, and says, okay, I've got enough now, right, I'll see you in a few weeks. And he goes away and he completes, and I've got enough, I know where this song will go now. And he writes the real words, comes back and goes, right, here we go, right, let's start, here we go, this song's called so-and-so, it's about so-and-so, so I know exactly what I'm singing about, not, oh, what's this? And off we go, and we start, that process will go probably 6 months, and that will start probably February next year.
Okay.
So, and then January the year after, 2018, the 20th Magnum album will come out.
It's fantastic.
And here we go again.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Until then.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Oh, it's been wonderful speaking to you.
Nice to speak to you.
Thank you.
See you, people. Bye-bye.